Hey, sweetie.
All right. Tell me your name.
Jamal Joseph Jackson. I'm just playing. Jamal Marlon Jackson, that's my name. My name is Jamal Marshall Hendricks. Jamal Mason.
Hello. My name is Bianca Jordan Mason, and welcome to Jamal's Filmic Proverbs. I am the wife of Jamal William Mason, and together we have a production company entitled Capture Integrity Pictures. Our films are centered around looking at different societal issues and challenges that we see, and we use our films as a way of offering a possible solution to these issues. We have done plays, we've done 3 films, and we've built a wonderful creative life together. Unfortunately, on April 8th, 2018, Jamal passed away very, very unexpectedly. To say I'm devastated is not even the word to describe how I feel. But in the time that we're taping this, it's only been 4 months, so it's very, very recent. But I want to continue to honor my husband, who was a prolific, phenomenal writer. In our films and plays, Jamal was always the writer, I was always the director, and we were both the producers. And we would do something called After Talk at the end of each film, where he would be sitting where I am, and he would interview the cast and the crew, and we would just talk about just the different themes in the film, and then the cast and the crew would just give their opinions or their thoughts. So this is kind of new for me to actually be sitting here, but I want to continue our filmic legacy. He has left so many wonderful full-length screenplays, 3 novels, and several short stories and poems. So you will definitely be seeing his work in the coming near future. Tonight, what I'm showing you is just different clips of each film that Jamal and I have made while he was still alive. The first one is called Miseducation, and the second one is called Old Man, Trap Music, and the Riot, and the third one is called Natural Light According to Forgiveness. So I'm going to show you these films just to get a taste of what the films are about, but also to understand who Jamal was as a filmmaker, and just the issues that he saw and how he so wanted to make this world a better place doing what he could, which was writing. He was all about the craft of writing. He was just, I had to clean out so many drawers that had little tiny pieces of paper of just different quotes and different views and just thoughts that he had, and they would always go into his screenplay. So I hope that tonight's special is to just give you a taste of what's to come and what we've already put out as a way of honoring him. So the first film that you're going to see is from The Miseducation. It's a short clip. And The Miseducation is a short film about a man and a woman who meet in a bar, and they've been together before, but the two characters are honestly metaphors. So they represent most men and most women. And it really talks about the miscommunication between men and women. This is across the board, but they are people of the African diaspora, which most of our films are centered on. But this is something that people of all cultures and genders can definitely relate to, is there's a miscommunication. So that's what the first film is about. Take a look.
My mother would be proud of the woman I chose, even though she wasn't around. But you understand. My mother left, my father left, even my sister left. I am who I am. I am who I am. And these women think I don't know them. Even though my mother left, I knew how evil she was, the things she used to do to my father. So these chicks, like you, so very weak. You wonder why we call you bitch. Well, because you are one. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Please come back. Please come back. Let me tell you how beautiful you are. Let me buy you a drink. Let me tell you how beautiful you are. Bartender, I'm paying for that woman's drink. Whatever she wants. Whatever she wants, she gets. So true man buys a lady a drink. He pays for everything. House, her car, and her sweet Long Island iced tea. It's all hers. You probably see me as a boy. Immature, having a tantrum. Another black male who never grew up. Arrested development. And you might wonder if I ever laid my big black hands on a woman. And if so, it turned me into a black brute. Filth. A gorilla. And disgusting. How, if this is the case, can I live with myself? How can I possibly look into the mirror? I may be able to justify it by saying, my grandfather did it, my father did it, but you would still see me as a gorilla. Black monstrosity. And I suppose you would be right. Suppose you'd be right. But I just thought of something. This black brute was once a little boy. A little black boy, impressionable, innocent, precious even. He had the world to be explored. If only the circumstances were different. There was that possibility that he would be a great man. He could have been like Dr. Martin Luther King, That's another doctor, brain surgeon. Dr. Ben Carson. Dr. Ben Carson. Could have been great. But what happened? Mental, emotional, spiritual dysfunction. Where does the buck stop? With you? With me? Thank you. With your neighbor who beats his girlfriend until the early morning like a morbid alarm clock? Tick, tock. Violence is what it is. It's violence. And violence can only be stopped by something that it does not recognize. Peace. I may be a monster, but I'm not stupid. At least sometimes.
What you just watched was the end of the film where the character is contemplating his life choices and when it comes to how he perceives relationships with women. And that was that I picked that particular clip to really showcase how amazing Jamal was as a writer in terms of zeroing in on the soul of the character and being able to go, okay, this character, this is the truth of this character. And he's literally speaking out his truth as to, this is why I am the way that I am. This is why I feel the way that I feel. Jamal was excellent at capturing that and giving the actor the right dialogue or monologue in this case that he or she needed to get that message out. The following clip that I'm going to show you is of Jamal talking about why he enjoys writing and the importance of being a writer. Take a look.
We're not just physical beings, we're also spiritual beings. And music is one manifestation of that, the spirit world, you know? And Michael Jackson was a part of that. Jimi Hendrix was a part of that, you know, John Coltrane. Some of the greatest performers who could utilize music. You know, and I'd like to be a part of that, you know, I want to, but everything happens for a reason in that sense, you know. I did a really stellar lesson plan today. And I was like, oh, well, it's not that hard. But it takes a lot of sacrifice and suffering and pain to get there. But it all contributes to my creative life as a writer. You know, eventually I want to touch people that way. With film. You look at film today, people don't make film. Like when I was a kid, movies were stories. E.T. Actually, E.T. was a great story. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. They took you places. Film today, like the Avengers, it's a great spectacle, but it's not a story. I want to tell stories that like take you from beginning to take you when you go and sit down in that theater, you're transported out of your daily life into another place. That's the way film used to be. I don't see it that way now. I think films are just pretty much one-dimensional. Even that movie Arrival, I want to see it. I think it's a great science fiction. I've heard of good things about it. But the way films used to be when I was younger, you go into that dark room, you sit down with all these strangers, and all of you are transported to another place.
Our second film is from The Old Man, Trap Music, and the Riot. So the first film was about a miscommunication. This also isn't the theme of miscommunication, except this is between the older generation and the younger generation. You have an older man and a younger teenage young man who cross paths in a park, and they have different issues that they're struggling with, and they're trying to communicate those issues to each other, and it's just not working. It's not gelling because the old man, he doesn't understand the young man, and he's impatient, and then the young man doesn't understand the concern of the older man, and he doesn't understand, and he also is impatient. So that's what this film is about. So enjoy and take a look.
I miss my son and my daughter. They all grown and going to college. They on their own. Some of them live in Newark. Some of them live in Philadelphia, and they got homes and mortgages. And I miss them all. They're doing good. But I fathered my daughter more than I fathered my son. My son graduated from college, made all state. He's big and strong and flawless, my son. And I never gave him anything. And I should. But he looks a lot like you. He's a little taller, but you're shorter than he is.
What are you saying? I ain't your son and you ain't my pops. My pops doesn't care about nothing, except for his damn pigeon coop on the roof. Freaking birds. But you see over there? That's my clique, and they waiting, you old Joe.
Oh, so now you find me goddamn funny, huh? Well, let me tell you something. My son called me today, and you know what he said to me? He doesn't want me into his graduation. Love to that boy.
Yeah, homie, I'm a block away. Damn right I got the piece. I'm lit. Them fools gonna get flat out.
You see, here lies the problem between me and you. We don't understand each other, okay? But let me tell you why my son didn't want me to go to his graduation. He never understood love, okay? And he never showed it. And let me tell you one damn thing. And what the hell are you listening to that?
Nigga, go back for some money or something. SOP over there. Snake's over there, and it looks like there's a snake over here too, trying to talk to me. Pops.
Snake? Are you calling me a snake? So now I'm a snake, huh? Why don't you join your homies over there? Maybe they're packing. Maybe you got something too. Maybe you packing. You want to drown in your own blood? You stupid idiot. Go ahead and kill yourselves where all I care.
Yo, remember where you at, Life of a Savage? You just gave me an idea. I'ma burn Pop's Scoop to the ground, and he won't know what happened, just because of you, freaking bird.
Damn! I gave that boy everything! Everything in this world! I gave him love, but he never showed me anything. That's the problem with your boys. You got that goddamn cell phone wrapped in your empty minds. That's all you know about. Clinton, Reagan, and now this damn dude called Trump. That's all you know. Killing each other, shooting each other in your own blood. Go ahead and kill each other. I don't give a damn. I'll never be your pops. And damn it, I'll never will be either. I gave that boy everything. Everything I...
Watch it, old man. I'll bet you faster than them fools gonna get right now. Feed your fucking bird.
I gave that boy everything. Everything. I'm honest. I pay my taxes. I never lied and I never cheated. And I support both of my children. He doesn't want me to come to his graduation. He don't want to see me. Forgive and forget. And this is what I get? This is what I get? Damn, damn, damn! Damn!
I'll now show you a clip of Jamal giving his reasoning of why he wrote Old Man, Trap Music, and The Riot. Take a look.
My name is Jamal Mason. I am the co-producer, cinematographer, and the writer for our short film, The Old Man, Trap Music, and the Riot. We have done this before, this forum called The After Talk, for a previous film entitled The Miseducation. And this film that you've just watched is a continuation of that theme, that genre, dealing with the relationship between human subjects, and in particular human people of the African diaspora, men and women of color. More importantly, this film deals with the relationship between generations, the older generation and the younger generation. So I wrote it because it is an examination, a dialogue, in a creative sense, which looks at how an older man and a younger man are continually kind of conflicting because of their inner notions and desires, feelings, which stem from a sense of humanity. Young men of color have a distinctive set of challenges, be it guns or violence, or in this case, the influence of trap music. Now, we can always argue, does trap music really affect in a negative way young people, or does it not? In my opinion, it does have its negative side to it. But that's a dialogue that, we should have. Does trap music, in fact, affect black males adversely, particularly in the inner city? And then we have, of course, the middle-aged black man who's dealing with familiar things. He has a son, he has a daughter, both mature, both adults, living their lives. And he has his own set of baggage when it comes to, well, did I raise my son right? Or what mistakes did I do? This is a human conundrum that I've set up. Oh, as a footnote, before we do begin, I kind of modeled this film according to Ernest Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea.
And we're back. And Old Man, Trap Music, and the Riot, that was a really fun film to do. It was also really cold that day, and the actors were David Morris and Blake Tunstall, and I was very, very, they really captured the essence of Jamal's writing in terms of that frustration of not being able to communicate what you want and what you need. So our final film is a film that we actually just shot in October, and it is called Natural Light According to Forgiveness. And unfortunately, Jamal did not get to see the clip that you all are about to watch because I just edited it not that long ago. Literally, he's seen the footage, but he wasn't, by the time I edited, he had already passed away. So you all are getting a literal first look. No one has seen this footage, so this is like the world premiere of Natural Light According to Forgiveness. Take a look.
I've been thinking, thought. An interesting thing when you're staring at the ocean, and I was thinking about, how do I get to this place? I've been thinking about fate. I've been thinking about destiny. Man's tiny will to do what he must on this earth, and the time allotted to him. Thought. I gotta go back to that. I've been having these images about my father, and they're not pretty. In fact, they're very nasty, very ugly. I've always felt that I've been in complete control of my destiny. Here you have this black man who's traveled the world over. I have wealth, I have fortune, albeit current circumstances. But why do I feel so tormented? How come I keep seeing him? I can't stop thinking about this whole notion of what he was to me or wasn't to me. I can't take it anymore. So it goes back to this notion of fate. Am I fated to destroy my liver like he did? Am I fated to continue womanizing like he did? Hurting myself, abusing myself, hating myself? He's the reason why my mother died. So you know what? Fuck him and everything he was about. But then there's always forgiveness. The notion of forgiveness. Somebody told me forgiveness is not about the person you're forgiving, but about coming to terms with your own demons. I won't stop drinking, sleeping around, and all that shit unless I come to terms with reconciling that part of my life. The Bronx is in me and always will be. And for better or worse, so will he. I think that life is a combination of both fate and free will, which may seem contradictory, but isn't it strange how living is a contradiction all in itself? Because when I die, the legacy that I leave behind may very well be just as complicated as my father's. And in forgiving myself, I can forgive him.
There was no aftertalk for Natural Light According to Forgiveness because Jamal had passed away before we finished the film. So this is my perspective of just conversations that Jamal and I had about Natural Light. Natural Light, we were shedding a light on the emotion of forgiveness, like a light on the emotion of forgiveness. And in this case, with this young man having a complicated relationship with his father and literally coming to terms with, regardless of the choices that my father made, I still became a better man. That was, we wanted to highlight the fact that forgiveness comes from within. Forgiveness is a gift that you give to yourself. That's something I learned a long time ago, that forgiveness is the gift that you give to yourself. It's not so much as forgiveness is not for the person that you're forgiving. It's mostly for you. Because if we hold on to the anger that we have about different things that we're experiencing and we can't let it go, it hurts us. It hurts our spirits. It hurts our souls. It hurts us mentally. It hurts us physically because we're holding on to that anger. And especially hurts us spiritually. So in our film, Jamal wanted to shed a light on the fact that even though he literally, the young man, could not tell his father he forgave him because every time they tried to speak, it was always a very combative exchange. But in this case, he learned, okay, I'm going to have to forgive you inside of me. That was the big message that Jamal wanted to get across in Natural Light According to Forgiveness. So I hope you enjoyed our special. I hope you were able to really get to see who my husband was and what he was about and the message that he wanted to get across to the world, because no matter how hard it gets, I will not stop until I get his work out to as many people as I can. There's a song from one of my favorite movies, and it's from the 5 Heartbeats. And the song is called We Haven't Finished Yet. And when I think of that song, I think of Jamal and I think about how I'm going to do my very, very best to get his work out, which is jointly artwork. And no matter how hard it gets, he and I will never be finished. The beautiful thing about love is that it continues long after the person passes away. That was one of the things I learned as I've been trying to process my grief, is that love exists beyond the grave. And I can't tell you how beautiful it is to experience life with Jamal on this side of eternity. It's hard. It is so hard. But there are things that I still see him in so many ways. I hear him in songs. I see him in my writing. I see him in talents that he had that somehow I now have as well. And that is the beauty of being in love. Some people run at the first sign of storm and quiver. Some people hold on and work it out together. I believe in you, you believe in me. The rainbow of heaven ain't hard to see, but we'll show the world what it takes. Don't let go, no matter how hard it gets. We haven't finished yet. There's so much of life ahead. We got so much to do. No matter how hard we try, we just can't say goodbye. Don't leave me with regrets, 'cause we haven't finished yet. But we don't ever need nobody else. We've got to reach out and grab something inside. We haven't finished yet. No, 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 no. No matter how hard it gets. So I don't live with regrets. 'Cause we haven't finished yet.
God, life is not stagnant. If you persevere, I believe in perseverance. I believe in perseverance. I believe in persistence. I believe in hard work. I believe in dedication. If you have those things and patience, if you have those things, you're going to be fine.
When I saw those two trolleys, I said, wait a minute, I think we're close. Because I was lost. I didn't know where to find this. And because of my wife, my angel, and God, I came back to the place where the last place I wanted to see before we left, which was the overhang, where every Saturday afternoon I'd come and watch the sun set into the ocean. And it's right over there. The Pacific Ocean is right there. And we found it. And after all I can't even begin to talk about the amount of suffering I've been through, to get to this moment. It's just, I can't even begin. It's like, I can't even fathom how deep and how great God is. It's just, I can't fathom it. It's like, I've been through so much. From the day I left Berkeley to the day I returned 28 years later. It's something. I remember I used to walk from Bay Plaza in the Bronx to my mother's house because I didn't have any food. I didn't have any money. So I take that 12 bus from Garden Street to Bay Plaza and then walk. And I remember one time Mom was driving us along the path where I used to walk so many times. And I just broke out crying. I mean, it just hit me that I wasn't there anymore. But now, I'm married. I'm married. That's the greatest accomplishment of my life. I have a beautiful wife, a new family that loves me. I have a career and a profession. I'm driving this car. It's like, I wish I could really feel the experiences I've been through, but I can't right now. I wish it would just overwhelm me, because I wanted to see this. It's like a part of my past, and it's here. It's like out there in the dark, right? A couple feet away, meters away, and in the dark, it's there. We found it. And I can't even, I want to cry, but I don't. I can't. And I wish that I could feel how profound this moment is. How far I've come. All those times when I got kicked out of my apartment and I had to go to housing court and I had to beg judges and deal with shiesty attorneys and have no food, no heat, no hot water, roaches, mice, people blasting their music, calling the cops on them, on and on and on. The mental illness, the 9 hospitalizations, being hospitalized 9 times, being on all different kinds of medication, and the paranoia, the anxiety. It's really, really heavy, and it's hard for me to even fathom, this moment. I guess in a way, all I can do is just be who I am in the moment and lift it up to God, and because I want to feel that profound, that power. It's so powerful. It's like I could have never imagined. You hear people say, "Oh well, if you would have told me that I would have been here, da 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 da, I would have never believed you." And I would, if you would have told me 5-6 years ago that I'd be sitting here with a wedding ring on, next to my wife in a great car in San Francisco with money and food and this and the hotels, and I would have never believed it. I would have never believed it. Never, 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 never. But out there in that dark is a place that this young kid, 18 years old, not even a man, with this hellish experience in front of him. He didn't even know it. Sat there and watched the sunset into the ocean. And now he's returned, a mature man with so many accomplishments. And it's just hard to, I really, I'll say it again and then I'll leave it alone. I really wish I could feel like how profound that is, and I guess maybe one day I will, maybe one day it'll hit me that this is really, I don't know how many people have been able to do something like this. Paranoid schizophrenia is by far the worst mental illness anybody could be diagnosed with. Bipolar, depression, schizoaffective disorder are all bad, but paranoid schizophrenia, whenever I tell a doctor that 20 some odd years ago I was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, they're shocked. They don't believe me. Dr. McCurtis, this ancient spirit, and then I'll leave it alone. He said to me, what I have become is nothing short of remarkable. And this man has plaques from all over the place on his walls. And if he says that, then, God, this is heavy.
So, in conclusion, the purpose of this special is to put out a introduction of who Jamal William Mason, the writer, is. I hope you've enjoyed this filmic journey, because I've enjoyed telling it. And please know that this journey is going to continue as long as I'm living and breathing on this earth. I stand with my husband in our joint agreement of wanting to do our part in making the world a better place. I know I kind of sound like Michael Jackson's Heal the World a little bit, but it's a real message. We really do have a purpose in life that is to make the path of life easier for somebody else. Sometimes it's going through our good times, and sometimes it's going through our not so good times. But our purpose, our life journey, it does have a meaning. And that is what Jamal William Mason's filmic proverbs are all about. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the theater. Good night.
I'll scream your name religiously, 'cause it was you that saved me. I was lost, but now I see you are everything I need. Your image is perfect. I feel so undeserving. You loved me when everyone turned their back on me. I wanna say thank you. You're amazing, perfect in all your ways. I'm so grateful. You never let me go. I get down on my knees and worship you, 'cause you're the king, and I salute you. I salute you. I get down on my knees and worship you, 'cause you're the king, and I salute you. I salute you. You're a miracle worker. I just wanna rub your feet, 'cause you give me all I need. You're my leader, my redeemer. You're amazing, perfect in all your ways. I'm so grateful. You never let me go. I get down on my knees and worship you, 'cause you're the king and I salute you. I salute you. I get down on my knees and worship you, 'cause you're the king and I salute you. I salute you. Oh my God, you're amazing. 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 I get down on my knees and worship you, 'cause you're the king and I salute you. You're amazing. I salute you. Oh my God. I get down on my knees and worship you, 'cause you're the king and I salute you. I salute you. Oh my God. Oh my God.